YouTube, I'm back with another video, and it has been quite a while. It's not as clean as maybe it could be under here, but what I'm doing today is that I'm going to attempt to fit these under the bonnet. I saw a video on YouTube not long after I bought this, probably within a few months, and I'm thinking I want one of those. Now this kit isn't cheap. It's I think it's about £65 in total with postage, and it finally pulled the trigger. Actually, I'd forgotten about it for a while, and I finally pulled the trigger a week or so ago, and they arrived Thursday or Friday, but too big for that box, so I got a card, and I went yesterday to collect them. Turns out the collection office, the sorting office, closes at 12 on a Saturday, so I missed them. So I've been, I can't say bright and early because they didn't open till 11 today, but shortly after 11 I went and collected them. I'm ready, just about. I've got the instructions up on my iPad, which you can't really see because it's too bright, so I will probably put in some screenshots of those. They say all you need is 2 spanners and a screwdriver to do this, so yeah, let's get on with it. So the first thing I have to do is fit this on there, about one for each side. I think that might actually be the one for the other side. So yeah, this has got to go on there. Obviously, undo the nuts first. So let's get on with that. Okay, let's get on with it. I have actually already cracked these nuts because they were quite tight, and although they say a spanner will do, I reckon a socket set would be better for this. Yeah, this is definitely much easier than a socket set. Right, the moment of truth. Well, maybe not quite yet. Now the instructions did say that you're supposed to push something back at the side here to get this to sit, but that seems to be on, not a problem. There are 2 washers to go on, and then we can put those bolts back on. We've got a couple of washers to fit. That's the first part of this side done. So the next thing is this. It has to go into that hole there. So this twists in, and then we match up the hole on that side and that side. There is it, at the bottom, below the bolt, which is where our screwdriver comes in, and we push the screwdriver between the two to lock them in place while we tighten that bolt, and hopefully clamping it into place there. So let's see how that goes. I've got that in, it's not fully tight. I'll tighten it up once we've got the strut in place. That was a little bit scary because that bracket on the back is only held on by the bolt, and if it unscrews and comes off the end, it's going to fall inside there, and I ain't never getting it back. So yeah, that was nerve-wracking. And the other thing is, when you put your screwdriver through that hole, it gives you little to no room to get the spanner on the bolt. Right, focus here. To get the spanner on the bolt and turn it. Now the instruction says this can be done in 15 minutes. If I wasn't filming, I'd be doing this quicker, but even so, I don't think it's going to take 15 minutes. No. So now I've got to do the same on the other side. I'll come back once that's done. Alright, both done. Again, that's just finger tight for now, and then we can lock it in place. As I'm saying that, I'm not entirely sure we can actually, because that's got to go on there. The same on that side. Once that's on, I mean, I can still get a span on it, I suppose. Yeah, that might work. So let's tighten that. And we'll do the same on the other side. I don't know if I've misaligned them holes now. I'll have to try and see if I can sort that out. Alright, so we've actually done the next step, which is fit those ball joints. So the next thing, we've got to take one of the struts and connect it down there, which means removing that little circlip. I'm going to need 2 hands for that, so I'll come back once that's done. So it turns out it's on a hinge, as opposed to coming off completely. It just rotates. Don't know how well that's coming up. So that got to go on there. Somehow. If I'm missing something. Yeah, I was missing something. That whole clip actually slides out. Where is it? So it slides out through a hole. That pin. So then this should hopefully just pop on. There we go. guess I just put the clip back in place. Yeah, so that seemed more difficult than it actually turned out to be. It was it's now back on. It clips back in place. Now it says I've got to do the next one at the top first. So we'll have to get the other strut and use the fat end goes on the bottom and this thin end goes on the top. So we'll do that one next. Yeah, there we go. Feels loose, but I imagine once it's all in place, it's under pressure, it'll probably be much tighter. It's not coming off, the clip's holding it in place. So it looks like this is where it starts to get trickier now. I'm going to connect this up here, but it doesn't reach. So I'm going to remove or take it off the bonnet strut and lower it down slightly to fit this, while I think holding the bonnet up with my head. And then once I've done that, I imagine this isn't going to be enough to hold the bonnet in place. I'm going to have to go over and finish off with the other side. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be able to film this bit either, because it's I need 3 hands basically. Who knew? It worked. It's actually holding it up with one strut. I'm sure it's not doing it any good, so let's get the other one. God for that. My God, that last one was tough. Couldn't quite get the clip back in, and at one point I almost dropped it. Somehow managed to retrieve it though, but it's all there and it's holding. There's the original strut. Just have to tighten these two bolts up now, and I think we're done. Just have to remove my tools and we'll give it a test. So, moment of truth. It's all done. It sits a little bit lower, but only a fraction. Can't quite get the original strut back in place, so it's a little bit low, but that's fine. Anyway, I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to use because it was a bit bitty here and there, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put a link below to where I bought these. Like I say, they weren't cheap, but nice little addition. A little note, I was sceptical on whether a set like this would work on my diesel, because on one of those suspension struts on the driver's side, there's a little plastic box bolted to the top of that. I thought that might get in the way of the brackets, but before I started I didn't take it off. I just sort of tried it in place, even though I couldn't actually get it over the bolts, and I think it probably might fit. So excuse me, so I might get another set for that car later in the year. I'll just have to see. Anyway, ta-ra.